This is the Corey and Eddie Show with Corey Harper and Eddie Ramos.
I'm recording as well. Well, Eddie, we got some good news for the fans, the listeners.
We do.
And we got some good news. I think one of them already knows about it. And we gotta say, we are now on iTunes, which we've been trying to do for a while. So let's give a round of applause for that.
Hey.
We're stepping up the game here. Oh man, and I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I just want to express my gratitude to the people that listen to us, because it's actually with people listening to us and subscribing that allowed us to be able to get on this new platform. So
that's right.
We appreciate that very much, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, guys, and thanks for the people that the dedicated listeners we do have. We really thank you for that, and that's the reason we could finally get on iTunes, because we were waiting for the RSS feed or something like that, wasn't it, Eddie?
Yeah, it's crazy because I learned as I went, like an RSS feed is generated based on how many subscribers you have, maybe how many people come, like the what's it called, the traffic that goes through, from what I've understood researching this, because I was researching this for like the longest time. And so an RSS feed gets created based on that traffic, and so you need an RSS feed to be able to upload to iTunes, because you don't upload your content directly to iTunes. iTunes is almost like a central hub for all your other accounts. So yeah, and so that's what it took. That's why it took a while, because we're at 30 episodes, which, by the way, our lost episode was our 30th episode uploaded. So congratulations on that, Corey.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
And can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Have you been on the iTunes thing today?
I have.
I know there was only 3 episodes on there. Did it put them all on there?
So
no?
I'm still on here, and I keep refreshing. So it says that. Where'd it go? It still has just 3 episods right now. So I think just with more time, it'll upload the rest of them. But on here, on our page, there's a customer ratings, and it says we have not received enough ratings to display an average for this podcast. So guys, please, if you listen to us on SoundCloud or YouTube, please just go to the iTunes page and just kind of like leave a review. I already did, and you leave like a 5-star review. So of course, 5 stars. I mean, why do you want to leave a star blank? So just go ahead and mark all the 5 stars. It's gonna look visually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we really need you guys to go on iTunes or SoundCloud, everything. Go on, especially iTunes. The thing about iTunes is you really gotta comment and leave a review to really kick it up. That's how we get noticed a little bit more, and that's the way we can push this cast to where we need it to be. If you like to listen to us ramble on about the bullshit we do ramble on about, hell, just comment and give us a review, and that helps us out, and it helps you out as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And even on SoundCloud or YouTube, give it a like, put a comment on there, share it, like and share everything, every link, So just help us out, and then we're gonna help you out by coming out with some new content here.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Because whenever I submitted our podcast for review, it said that it may take up to 2 days to get a response back. I got a response the next day. Corey, whenever I saw that email, man, I got super excited, man. I was very happy to see that, because it also helped me. It showed me that anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. We just got to keep at it.
Oh yeah,
That's
just
all
keep
it
at
is.
it, man.
Yeah,
Keep at it.
absolutely.
You know, it takes a lot of podcasts a long time to get really noticed.
Yeah,
You know, it really does. Because I mean, we're let's just face the facts. We're kind of nobodies right now. So like, you know,
yeah.
it's not like we're like famous comedians or like famous musicians or somebody that people knows, but you know, once you get a few listeners to share and like and tell a buddy about it or something like that, and that way it gets a little bit more word out. And then people just start to like to just listen to what the hell you're talking about, because the thing I feel like the things that we talk about are like things that everybody goes through in everyday life.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it's relatable to everybody. So that's what people like. Not everybody wants to hear about current events, because everybody listens to like a radio station or something like that, and they're all talking about the same shit.
Exactly.
And you hear it on the news, and it's like, let's break away from the norm, and let's get into a real life situational stuff. Not all this fake news, which I fucking hate. Don't you just hate?
Yeah.
There's some words I hate. Fake news. I hate hearing the word. You know what another word I hate? I just cannot stand it. I've never been able to stand it since it came out. Is hashtag. Hashtag this. Hashtag that.
Man.
I fucking cannot stand. Every time somebody says hashtag, I want to fucking throw up.
Corey,
I don't know. There's something about it.
people just they listen. They go with what everyone else is doing, man. Like. They just like that's something else I don't like either. Why do people talk like that, man? Why can't people talk like normal? People talking like acronyms. I've heard people, Corey. I've heard people, instead of someone saying something funny, and instead of somebody going they go lol, LOL.
Oh my God, they're not even saying it right. Lol.
Corey.
What the fuck? You don't say that.
And they don't even laugh. They say lol, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
What is, dude? We're devolving, man.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. Nobody knows how to fucking read anymore.
No.
Nobody knows how to spell. Nobody knows punctuation, grammar, any fucking thing. Nobody knows nothing anymore. You know, kids in school don't even fucking try.
Nobody.
And everybody's coming up with their own fucking words for everything. You know what I hate? It's like these abbreviations.
Yeah.
Like for obvious, it's like, oh, obvi. It's so obvi.
Man,
Like, what the fuck? I'd slap the shit right out of you. Fucking down.
People
like,
still, those same people still don't know the difference between there, and there. The three different theirs. They never use it the right way.
There's they are?
Yeah, they are. There, which is THEIER, which is belonging to somebody.
Exactly.
And then THERE, which is a place, a location.
Yes. And a lot of people don't know that.
They still use the wrong ones, man.
Every time.
Man.
I'm telling you. You know what it is? It's they're relying on their phone.
They are.
They don't know anything. Everybody now relies on the phone to do a correction, like a spell correct.
Yeah, and they don't even.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, that's the one. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit. It's just, that's it.
They let it autofill for them, dude. They don't even try to look at it. They just, that's what it is. They accept it and keep go on with their day.
Yeah. And for you and shit, they just put the you.
Yeah.
It's like.
It's funny because how people don't speak right anymore. Like my dad. I may have told this story before already, but my dad has a thick Mexican accent. but he speaks English fluently, and he understands it. He's been living here for 34 years. He understands English, and people can understand him. They just have to get past his accent. Then you just understand, like, oh, like any other person that speaks English. But some people make fun of him because he doesn't pronounce words correctly, and they make fun of him, and they're like, oh, you can't speak right. And my dad goes, I speak 2 languages. You speak one, and you don't even speak it right.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, my Japanese grandma, you know, her accent is still thick as shit. And, you know, she's been here longer than your dad has. She's been here, you know, since my dad was a little kid.
Dang,
You know?
Yeah.
And my dad's about to be 60.
Dang.
Yeah, but my grandma's funny as shit, though.
Yeah.
And, it's fucking hilarious.
Shout out to Corey's grandma.
That's right. Grandma Harper.
Nice.
Setsuko.
Ah. Was that how you say aunt in Japanese?
Aunt?
Or aunt?
No, that's her name.
Oh, what's her name? I'm sorry?
Setsuko.
Oh.
Setsuko.
Oh, that's interesting, man. I never knew this about your family, man. Like, I don't know that much about your family.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because let me tell you a little bit. Okay, my grandma. We'll start out about the story about how they got here.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole story exactly. My mom's told me a little bit because my dad. I guess my mom said my dad didn't like to talk about it because he didn't know his real dad, right?
Oh, right.
And so my grandfather, which was James Harper, he's a white American. He was in the military, right? Really high up in the military. He did a lot of work for he did some special stuff where he was stationed on an island and nothing he could ever talk about. I think he did some stuff with like CIA stuff, but he was in Japan. Yeah, he was in Japan. Real smart dude, smartest guy. Oh man, he was so intelligent. But anyways, so he was stationed in Japan, and he met my grandmother and my dad. And my dad was a little kid, whatever. No, I don't know how old he was. I don't know how little he was, but so I guess him and my grandma fell in love, and he brought him to America. And so they moved to Vernon. I guess they moved to Vernon. That's where my mom and my dad met, because my mom was from Vernon, Texas.
Oh, okay. And we went there.
They met in like high school.
Yeah.
Huh?
And we went there for the car show a long time ago.
Yes, that was Vernon, Texas. That's where my mom and my dad met. And then my parents moved to Mesquite, yeah, and I was born in Mesquite. And then moved to Kaufman, and my grandma moved to Waco. Anyways, but yeah, and then my brother, and then my grandma and my grandpa James had a baby, which was my aunt Tori. So they named me after Tori. So Corey and Tori, Corey Lee Harper. So I got the Japanese, the cliche Japanese middle name, which is Lee. Which
that's awesome,
yeah,
though.
But yeah, we used to go over there to my grandma's house a lot, and we used to sit around the table. And my aunt actually knew Japanese. I guess my grandma taught her Japanese. And so they'd be sitting there talking Japanese and stuff like that. And me and my brother and my mom be like, they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, dang.
It was kind of cool, though. And my grandma always had these friends that would call in Japanese. She would just be going on and on at the table, just speaking Japanese, man. She had these Japanese friends and stuff. But yeah, so that's just basically, you know, my grandma was a chef. Actually, she was in Hawaii. I don't even know how. She was in Hawaii for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And, I don't know. She worked somewhere, and Hulk Hogan came in.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, he came in there. She's met Hulk Hogan. And there was a funny story. I hate to get it wrong. I want to say it was something about a bulge, but I don't know. Like, but yeah, and my grandma was a fantastic cook. right?
Yeah.
And when we used to go stay the night over there, she was really adamant about she would cook early in the morning. I'm talking early in the morning, right? I don't know if I've told you this before, told this on the cast at least, but she would wake us up at the break of dawn. Not even break of dawn. Break of dawn was in the future. This shit would be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd be sleeping, me and Justin, you know, in the room, and she'd come in there. She'd be like, "You wake up," and I'm like, what? and she'd like, "I cooked breakfast. You come eat." And then it would be like, we'd go back to sleep. And then all of a sudden you'd hear the door open again, and you'd hear, you know that sound of the newspaper, kind of rolling into a little ball.
Yeah.
Rolling into like a pipe.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to whoop your ass pipe.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, "Wop pop pop pop, you wake up, you eat, you eat. Now I cook, you eat."
Dang.
And so, oh man, but I tell you what though, Eddie.
What's that?
It's the best breakfast you ever eaten in your entire life.
Ooh, man.
You talk about Japanese food mixed with American breakfast. I mean, there would be eggs, bacon, sausage, shrimp tempura, fried rice, all kinds of shit.
Damn,
it was
Corey.
Delicious. Oh, it was delicious. And, oh, man, I remember when we would get to the house, you know, it would take us like 2 hours to get to her house, man. We'd show up when we were visiting. We'd show up. It was like a damn Japanese buffet or Chinese Japanese buffet, man. The whole table. She had a big, She had a big dining room table, and she would still be cooking. The whole table was full of food, and she's still cooking, just in there cooking, man. And it was just everything. She made these amazing Japanese ribs, right? It was like marinated in sake and all this different stuff, man. Amazing ribs. And there would be like tempura shrimp, there'd be coconut shrimp. She made the best fried rice, and it was it was just all kinds of whatever you could think of, man. Oh, it was gorgeous, beautiful.
My mouth is watering over here. Corey, Lee, when are we gonna go visit Grandma Harper, man?
Oh man, I wish we could. I didn't need to go visit her. She's actually she has dementia now, so she's in a home.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me this before. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's sad. She doesn't sometimes she don't remember people, and but you know what I think it is? Because she stayed with us. I don't know how long ago it was, maybe a year, if that. She was staying with us for a few weeks because she used to stay at my aunt's house, and but she seemed fine when she wasn't on her medication.
Yeah.
But as soon as she took that medication, it was like she was like drugged up. I think me and my brother were like, I think it's all in the medication, man.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's probably affecting her differently or weirdly. I mean.
Yeah.
Dang.
But she likes it there though, man. She has like little friends in there, and she like gives her friends like little presents, like gifts, like cookies. She'll make them cookies and all kind of stuff. She'll go to the store and she'll buy them different gifts and stuff like that. Yeah, she has a lot of fun over there, I think, though. It's not like one of those regular homes. I think it's a really nice one. The colony.
Does she still cook or not much anymore?
No, that's what's sad. You know what? I didn't take advantage of getting her to teach me how to cook. We always just watched. But I mean, I know we know how to make a few things she did, like the fried rice. I think we got a fried rice recipe from her, and she taught us how to make the tempura shrimp. Me and Dustin know how to make that, but I really wanted, because she used to make these amazing steaks as well. She'd always buy these gigantic thick steaks, right? She's like, I'm gonna cook you steak. I'm like, all right. She's like, oh, you go fire the grill. You cook and I cook for you, Corey.
Oh man.
And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go fire the grill up. So I just fire the grill up, and she had these steaks, and she would, God damn, she would marinate it in sake. There's like a special sake she used for it.
No.
And they were always like, I have never been able to, I love to cook steak, right? I've never been able to nail a steak. Like it was always so tender, and it just had that, I don't know, it had that almost little slight Asian flavor to it, but it was always so seasoned and juicy.
Dang.
And it wasn't even fucking like medium rare or anything. It was like a medium, you know, like a medium well. It was so good, man. Ah, damn it.
Dang.
She was definitely a chef, though, man. She was a good chef, man. I miss that. I really do, man. You know, you kind of take some things for granted sometimes, and man, you wish you could go back and be like, teach me everything you know. You don't ever think it's gonna end, you know.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and
I don't want to bring anybody down right now.
No.
I'm just saying what I will say in a positive is that people that have the people there just take advantage of having the people you love that you're still there.
Exactly,
you know?
man. Yeah, exactly. You know, listen.
Don't take it for granted.
Yeah, especially like listen to them talk. You know, you're like, oh, my grandma, my grandpa. All they want to do is just talk and talk and talk. Like, listen to them, man, because you're gonna miss those long conversations one day.
I know.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty of that as well, because sometimes my other grandma, I love my mom's side is grandparents. Her parents, I mean, are the ones we spend a lot more time with, and I still see them. We just recently went over there for my grandpa's 80th birthday.
Oh wow, dang.
2 weeks ago.
80
we had barbecue. 80 years old, still sharp as a tack. Move around, work his ass off. Both of them, my grandma too. Damn, it's crazy as hell. I mean, they just, well, I tell you, his sisters, one of his sisters just passed away. He's the youngest of his whole family. I forgot how many kids there was, like 10? I don't know how many. But, they lived on a farm. But anyways, he's 80. His sisters were like 93, 94. He still has one that's like 94 years old. And she gets around. Me and Dustin saw him at Walmart one time. They didn't even recognize us. But, one of them just passed away. I think it was Geneva passed away.
Yeah.
And, or Sis, one of them. But, old, man. These old timers, man, his family, they got some strong genes. They live forever, and they just keep moving around.
Yeah, that's
in their 90s, like it ain't nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell, I just hope to make it to 60.
Right. Yeah. It's because you keep moving around, like you keep doing what you do, you keep that routine, and I've heard that there's some people that right when they retire and they don't go to work anymore, they kind of pass away soon after because they don't have anything really to work towards anymore.
Yep. See, that's why my grandma and grandpa they go fishing every morning. Then they go out. My grandpa still mows people's lawns in the summer. He fucking out there in the heat, just working, man. He's always working on something. That's what keeps you healthy. Just everybody keep moving. You gotta keep moving, man. You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You there? You still there?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm listening, man.
Oh.
And
I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to ramble on.
No, you're good, man. No, this is awesome, and I just telling me some background I didn't know about you, man. So that's awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, they're strong, man. But I had something happen to me. At work. That it happens every now and then, and it just drives me insane. It's nothing big. I'm not trying to. Some people be like, you're a fucking asshole. I'm not really an ass. It just boggles my mind the way people think sometimes, okay?
Yeah.
So, I work in a collision center, and I work in a paint shop, and there's a body shop, but there's an office up front, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on occasion, which is almost way too often, there will be somebody that comes up around to the paint shop, and he'll be like, "Hey, where do I drop off the parts?" Okay, and it's like, you came to the back of the establishment to ask where the parts department was. Okay, if you were to go somewhere, and where was the first place you would go to ask a question like that, Eddie? Would you go? Okay, if you went in, I don't know. Where would you go?
Right, like I'd go to the front, ask somebody.
You'd go to the fucking office.
Yeah,
right?
to the office. Yeah, to the front. Yeah.
You wouldn't go back to where the workers are.
Yeah.
It's like, it just drives me insane. Like, okay, you're looking for somebody that deals with parts, but yeah, you're asking the workers. I always tell them, the office is that thing you passed when you drove all the way back here.
Oh my god, dude, yeah.
I don't say it like that. I'm just like, the parts is up there. But
on the inside, you wouldn't be like, what the
you don't, I always think of it like this. You don't go to McDonald's and walk in through the kitchen and say, "Hey, I need a number 2."
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
Right?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, you go to the fucking desk where they have all the fucking registers and everything, the people that what are going to take your order.
Yeah.
Right?
And
it doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Either they know and they just think they need special treatment, and that's why they think they're going to the source, or
they think they're going to the source. And I'm sorry, Jeff, if you're listening. I love you, buddy. I know he works in parts, but he works in parts. The guy that does our logos and stuff like that, and it has nothing to do with him. But I mean, come on, man. Just go to the office, go to the front, park in the front, and be like, "Hey, I need to drop this off. Well, where do I go to do that?" Don't go to the fucking workers.
Dude.
Shit. I mean, come on.
I'm pretty sure you guys have had that kind of thing happen a lot. Not that exactly, but things like that you guys all in the shop or over there, like, "Oh, here we go. Look, guys, look at this guy. All right, we know where this is going, you know." Yeah.
And it's not really that big of a deal. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. It's just something I thought about. I could fucking rant about.
Of
and
course.
So, like, look, and you see them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see them, like, they'll be, like, wandering around, like, trying to find everything, like, and, like, they're asking, like, everybody, and I'm like, and this is where you could have eliminated all the wandering around if you would have just went to the office.
Yeah. Right? Like, go to where they have the help people, where people are trying to sell you something. Of course they're going to help you.
Yes. Yeah, they're going to tell you exactly where to go.
Dude.
Shit.
Can I rant about something?
Rant about it, son.
All right, man. Like, okay, so anything customer service, they go to you because they need help with something. But how come whenever it's something that whoever you're working for, the company, when it's something that you don't work with, they insist on you helping them with that. Let me give you an example. For example, at work today, I was talking to a player. So we have the gear store, so you can buy like physical things like plush dolls, backpacks, t-shirts, books, things like that, right? But we do ship to Latin America, and we also ship overseas. But we have players where, like, for example, in Mexico, they need a special health certificate to get through customs. It's weird. Every country has their own regulations, their own policies, right? Well, Mexico requires shipments from out of the country to come with a certificate of health, which they have to go and get that through their health offices in their country, in their cities.
Is that so they don't like bring like a disease over or something?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like, right? And so this player is like, yeah, they sent me FedEx told me that I have to get this, and they told me to talk to you about it. Okay, cool. They told you to come to us. Great. Let me give you that information. You're supposed to go to them. No, you're supposed to give it to me. We're a game company. We don't have health certifications, man. And he did not take that, man. He kept arguing with me. And you know what's funny is that you have to be professional. You have to be professional, and you have to try to be like, in your head, you want to say, look, man, we're a video game company. We don't handle food and sanitation or health or anything like that. But I'm like, hey, man, I understand. I know that you're looking for this, but I'm trying to explain that we don't go through that. He had the balls, man. He had the audacity to go, let me tell you what's going on, man, because I don't think you're understanding. I need this, and you need to give it to me. And I was like, dude, all right.
We don't have it.
We don't do that. So when he said that, man, I was like, okay, my professional level has to come down a bit, but my attitude, my Eddie attitude, has to come up a little bit, you know. And I was like, look, man.
Right.
And I go, look, man, I'm sorry that they're giving you the runaround, because I can understand you're getting frustrated, and dude, I understand that, but I'm telling you, man, that's not something that we as a game company do. You have to go to your city. That's the information that I have here to give you, and I know you want that from me, but that's not something that we give out, man. You have to go talk to your city. And so he didn't say anything for a while, so I'm like, you're still there? No? Bye. Anyways, that was my rant.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's why I was late.
Yeah, that's dumb, man.
Yeah, that's why I was late.
You already told him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ridiculous.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. But enough of the rant and the lowdown, which we always start out with. Let's pick it up with a new game I came up with, Eddie.
Dude, yeah.
How about that?
Let's do that, man.
It's a new day. It's a new cast, and we're gonna pick up with a game that me and Eddie like to call "Who Are You Laughing At?" Oh shit!
Nice.
And
I like that.
This is a game. Yeah, you like that? This is a game which me and Eddie, of course, if you've listened to a lot of our older casts, and if you know anything about us, we love comedy. And we just love being around it. We love comedians and stuff like that. So this is a game that I'm gonna give Eddie a few details of which this comedian, where he was born, a few of his attributes and accomplishments and stuff like that, things that he's done, and he's gonna have to guess which comedian it is.
Sounds good, man.
So
Sounds right up my alley.
Right up his alley. So I'm gonna get started with the first one here, and this is Who Are You Laughing At? Okay, he was born in Washington D.C. He is known for his use of observational, self-deprecated, dark, and shock humor. In 2012, he won a Peabody Award and has received 6 Primetime Emmy Awards, as well as numerous awards for The Chris Rock Show. If you need another clue, you let me know.
Dude, did you say born in Washington, D.C. or from Washington, D.C.?
He's born in Washington, D.C.
Man. So I know an old Chris Rock writer was Louis C.K., but he was born in Mexico. So it's not Louis C.K.
Maybe he's... Alright. You're close.
Yeah.
He has stand-up specials live at the Beacon Theater in 2011. Oh my god.
Dude. Louis C.K.?
It is Louis C.K.
It is.
Good job, Eddie. when you said it, I was like, damn, Eddie knows his shit.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, because he's born in he's born in Mexico, but I think officially, not officially, but like
It said born in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
his Wikipedia, at least. Okay, this next comedian, one of my favorite comedians of all time, that I feel like he doesn't do as much anymore, but born in Tucson, Arizona. Let's see what we got here. In the 1990s, he appeared on Mad TV as a featured player. His stand-up act was introduced to America at large when he landed his own half-hour comedy special on Comedy Central Presents in 2000. And he toured as a part of the Three Amigos with Carlos Mencia and Freddie Soto.
Oh, shit.
He has since performed on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
That's not a Pablo Francisco, is it?
It sure fucking is.
Damn.
Good job, Eddie. You're
Damn.
just nailing these things right
Yeah.
here. Congratulations. Wow, I would never be able to do this.
Thanks, man.
All right. Your next comedian on Who Are You Laughing At is born in New York City, New York, U.S. in 1969. He was a regular on the Fox series The Jury. He starred in the Comedy Central animated program Short Stories Watching Stories with Nick DiPaolo.
Shorty's watching Shorties. I know who this is.
He supplied the voice of Harold Jenkins on Noggin's animated program O'Grady High and was featured as Jesus in Dennis O'Leary's Searchlight.
Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, I knew it. Your favorite Patrice O'Neal. I knew you were gonna get. You've nailed them all, man.
Thanks.
See, if you were to be, you're fucking fantastic at this. If I were to be doing this, I'd be like, I don't know, give me the name of one of their jokes or something.
Man, it's just listening to stand-up comedy since I was in 7th grade, man.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Yeah. And you know, I picked some easier ones for you this time. Next time I'll make it a little bit harder, a little bit more underground comedians.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's comedians you would know, but not as well known as the other ones. Okay, for your other comedian, for your fourth and final comedian on Who Are You Laughing At? Born June 10th, 1968. Canton, Massachusetts, however you want to say that. His voice was. Hold on one second. His voice was featured in the game Grand Theft Auto as Jason Michaels of the biker gang, the Lost MC in Mission No Love Lost. Trying to read through here. Sorry, it's a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm trying to take in all the clues right now for this one.
Appeared in the movie Date Night as Detective Walsh. He has also appeared in the 4th and 5th season of Breaking Bad.
Oh, freaking Bob Odenkirk.
Oh. Am
I wrong?
He played Mark. You are wrong.
Oh,
He played Mark Mullins in the 2013 buddy cop film The Heat. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
Has been referred to as comedian's comedian by observers of the U.S. stand-up comedy circuit, meaning a comedian whose work is followed and appreciated by fellow comedians.
Oh, man.
No? Okay.
I don't know
He
this one.
stars. You do. He stars in F is for Family, which premiered December 18th,
dang,
2015.
Bill
on
Burr.
Netflix.
Dang.
Ah, there it is.
Dang,
Sorry, I could
dude.
give better clues. But
Oh, that's
You
right.
did a
He was in Breaking
fantastic
Bad. That's right.
yeah, he was in Breaking Bad. Remember when they had all the money in the fucking vault and shit? He was with the other comedian. What's his name?
Not Earthquake.
Avel. What's his name?
Yeah.
Avel or Devel? The black
That big black guy.
comedian,
Yeah. Dang, I forgot he was there. I was thinking Bob Odenkirk, man. Shoot. All right.
Nice job, Andy. Nice job. And, well, tell us what you think about the new game, guys. We're going to continue. We got a lot of different comedians to go through. Eddie, can you kind of come up with some for me?
Yeah, I will.
On who are you laughing at?
Yeah. That was actually interesting. All right. I like to test my
that?
I like to test my
that.
knowledge, the things that I'm interested in. All right, dude. Yeah.
Nice. You did a fantastic job, by the way.
Thank you.
Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Well,
yeah.
what's that? Well, to end out the cast here, I wanted to do a new segment. I wanted to do. Sorry, I have all these segments we're doing in this cast. You just keep it lively, you know.
Yeah, changing it up.
I don't want to, I don't mean to shut you out there, Eddie.
No, it's all good,
We're
man.
just keeping it alive. All right. But I want to do a book reading here every once in a while. Short stories. I have a scary stories book that I used to rent from the library. I think Eddie used to remember it. Scary Stories.
Yeah.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and all. They have like a long series here. They have like 3 books, and I have the whole treasury here.
I remember those.
Yeah. This is collected from folklore and retold by Alvin Schwartz, illustrated by Stephen Gamble. So there's a story I want to read for you guys. It's called Harold, and this is Scary Stories.
He's gonna insert some. Sound effects there, guys. Don't worry.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yes. And this story is called Harold, and I'm gonna do it in the best English/Australian accent I can do, because I always kind of combine the two. This is Harold. When it got hot in the valley, Thomas and Alfred drove their cows up to the cool green pastures in the mountains to graze. Usually they stayed there with the cows for 2 months. Then they brought them down to the valley again. The work was easy enough, but it was boring. All day the 2 men tended the cows. At night they went back to the tiny hut where they lived. They ate supper and worked in the garden and went to sleep. It always the same. Then Thomas had an idea that changed everything. "Let's make a doll size of a man," he said. "It would be fun to make, and we could put it in the garden to scare the birds." "It should look like Harold," Alfred said. Harold was a farmer they both hated. They made the doll out of old sacks stuffed with straw. They gave it a pointy nose like Harold's and tiny eyes like his. Then they added dark hair and a twisted frown. Of course, they also gave it Harold's name. Each morning on their way to the pasture, they tied Harold to a pole in the garden to scare away the birds. Each night they brought him inside so that he wouldn't get ruined if it rained. When they were feeling playful, they would talk to him. One of them might say, "How are the vegetables growing today, Harold?" Then the other, make believe he was Harold, would answer in a crazy voice, very slowly. They both would laugh, but not Harold. Whenever something went wrong, they took it out on Harold. They would curse at him, even kick him or punch him. Sometimes one of them would take the food they were eating, which they both were sick of, and they'd smear it on the doll's face. "How do you like that stew, Harold?" he would ask. "Well, you'd better eat it or else." Then the two men would howl in laughter. One night, after Thomas had wiped Harold's face with food, Harold grunted. "Did you hear that?" Alfred asked. "It was Harold," Tom had said. "I was watching him when it happened. I can't believe it." "How he grunted?" Alfred asked. "He's just a sack of straw. It's not possible." "Let's throw him in the fire," Thomas said, "and that will be that." "Let's not do anything stupid," Alfred said. We don't know nothing. We don't know what's going on. We moved the cows down. We left him behind. For now, let's just keep an eye on him." So left Harold sitting in the corner of the hut. They didn't talk to him or take him outside anymore. Now and then the dog grunted, but that was all. After a few days, they decided there was nothing to be afraid of. Maybe a mouse or some insects had gotten inside Harold and were making those sounds. So Thomas and Alfred went back to their old ways. Each morning they put Harold out in the garden, and each night they brought him back in the hut. When they felt playful, they joked with him. When they felt mean, they treated him as badly as ever. Then one night, Alfred noticed something that frightened him. "Harold is growling," he said. "I was thinking the same thing," Thomas said. "Maybe it's just our imagination," Alfred replied. "We have been up here on this mountain too long." The next morning, while they were eating, Harold stood up and walked out. He climbed up on the roof and trotted back and forth like a horse on its hind legs. All day and all night he trotted like that. In the morning, Harold climbed down and stood in the far corner of the pasture. The men had no idea what he would do next. They were afraid. They decided to take the cows down into the valley the same day when they left. Harold was nowhere in sight. They left as if it had escaped a great danger and began joking and singing. But when they had gone only a mile or two, they realized they had forgotten to bring the milking stools. Neither wanted to go back for them, but the stools would cost a lot to replace. "There really is nothing to be afraid of," they told one another. "After all, what could a doll do?" They drew straws to see which one would go back. It was Thomas. "I'll catch up with you," he said, and Alfred walked away on toward the valley. When Alfred came to a rise in the path, he looked back for Thomas. He did not see him anywhere, but he did see Harold. The dolls on the roof of the hut. As Alfred watched, Harold kneeled and stretched out a bloody skin to dry in the sun. And that is the story of Harold.
I remember that story. I remember reading that specific one. It sounded familiar.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite ones. One of my
remember
favorite
that.
ones. I hope you guys liked that.
Oh, now I just remembered one that grossed me out. I'm gonna have to look it up. And I'm gonna have to look it up because this one was pretty gross. And why did they have these books in high school? Or it was grade school.
That's what I'm saying. We were renting these from the library, and there's some in here where they're cutting hands off and
like cannibalism, stuff like that.
food out of people. Yes, it's called like something sausage.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, we made meatballs out of somebody.
Yeah, dude, like...
You're gonna have to tell us that one, Eddie.
I'm gonna have to find it. Yeah, dude, like, I remember reading that, and I was like... That scarred me for life, because I remember not wanting to eat sausage for the longest time.
Yeah, I know. What? You can't be renting this out to fucking kids and shit.
Dude, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. But hey, man, that's a great way to end it. A little bit of a nostalgia. I'm pretty sure some of the listeners remember that. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
We can.
Well.
Yeah. we don't know how to end it. That's always.
We're gonna end on that note right there. I hope you guys Liked everything that happened today on the cast, and like I said, we're gonna be kicking it up a notch, guys. Sorry if we've been slacking a little bit, but we're getting back into the rhythm of doing the cast again. You know, we were off for a while, and we're still busy doing things we need to do. So it's gonna come at you strong next week.
Yeah,
we're gonna have some good content for you next week.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
so you're.
No, I was just saying, like, we're both working on our own things individually as well. Yeah. So there'll be updates on that later on.
Oh, I do have one thing to say before we stop. So for my project, as you know, that I'm doing, me and Dustin and stuff, that project with the green screen. So I recently ordered a travel green screen, a pop-up green screen, a 5x7. But the way it's made like, you know, those little windshield things you put up, but the ones that you twist and fold into like a circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The things that are always hard to get back into it, so you gotta like twist it and make it fold back into itself.
Yeah, I do.
So I got it in today, right? Yeah. I was like, I want to look at this thing, and I've never been able to fucking get those little things back the way they fucking were. I fucked up. This thing is 5x7. It's fucking bigger than I thought. Also, okay, I took it out of the package. It's in like a round package. I took it out and I was like, let me unfold it, see how big it is. And I flopped it out. Well, I didn't flop it out, but I unfolded it and it, boom, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to fucking put it back.
Oh, dang.
I'm gonna have to YouTube or Google how to fucking get this thing back in the package. In the travel bag. I was trying to twist it up earlier. The dogs freaked out whenever I took it out of the package and like opened it up and went boom, and it stretched across the whole fucking room. It's so big I can barely reach the ends of it, and I'm like, fucking, how do I get this shit back?
Oh man.
It's fucking big, dude. Oh, it fucking yeah. Man. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to work on that after the cast because I don't know where else to put it. It's so fucking big.
Yeah, me, I'm about to run to HEB after the cast, man. I'm out of coffee, and I cannot start my day without my coffee, man.
I hear you. I drink coffee every morning.
Heck yeah. But
gotta have the coffee.
But all right, Corey, man. Great cast, man. I really enjoyed your story about your grandma Harper, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
But yeah, man, I'll catch you next week, guys. Check us out on iTunes, please.
Yes, give us a review on iTunes and every other platform that we were on. Give us a review. Write a comment, good or bad. I don't give a fuck what it is. Give it a like, share it, and especially on iTunes, the only way we can get this thing out there even farther is for you guys to give us a good review. And that's it, man. We'll talk to you guys next week. We'll talk to you next week, Eddie.
Later, brother.